S&P 500 is up again today, closing the session up 0.66%. And in yesterday's video, we talked about how we are moving into this smart money zone and how even though there has been no sign at all, including today, of a rejection, that this is going to be the level that we would most likely reject at. And in this video, we're going to go over why that is the case, and more importantly, exactly what has to happen in order for me to short or remove my bullish thesis. Now, if you want to learn our exact strategy and get access to all the indicators that you see here, go ahead and take our 12-course masterclass. Down in the description, completely for free, no credit cards, no BS, nothing. The only thing that I ask of you is to take it in sequential order so that you actually master and understand everything that we talk about in these videos, instead of just trying to fast track your way to success, which will not work. Now, the reason that the smart money zone is seated here is because if we take a Fibonacci retracement from all-time highs up here down to lows of $488, the 0.826 and the 0.786 level are seated right between $592 to $586. Now, this area is called the smart money zone. And if you've taken the courses, you will know that this is normally the highest when we're in a downtrend that institutions will allow the stock to move up to before they set the trap, get retail to hold the bag, and then let the stock sell back off, in this case, to fill all of the downside gaps. Now, just because something happens a lot in the past does not mean that it has to happen in the future. Historically, I only have a 63% win rate. We are not always right, and we don't claim to be right. And more importantly, we don't have to be right all of the time. Now, one thing to understand is that as we're moving into this smart money zone, we're not looking to short the market. There is no reason to start a short position or to remove longs just because we are in this zone. Instead, we move to the second aspect, which is buying pressure. Now, buying pressure, and my favorite indicator to use for this, is the BX trender, which you can see at the bottom of your screen. When this BX trender is green, it means that buyers are entering the market. And you will notice that since this thing turned green back here on April 10th, price has broken out nearly 10%. And if we turn on our trading bot here, you will notice that in the video we did last week, we said how the Price Explorer was expecting this to move up to best case $590 to $580, which is exactly what has happened. Now, just because we think something is going to happen does not mean that we actually act upon it. Instead, we focus on what is happening in front of our faces. And that means that what's in front of our faces right now is higher highs on the BX trender and buying pressure continuing to come into the market. If we push through this level, the next area that we would run to is $600. And from there, we could blow the top off of this thing and move to all-time highs. But the specific things that I'm going to be looking for when it comes to the smart money zone and this potential rejection is two major things. The first thing is the 4-hour chart. So in order for this to confirm any type of rejection, the 4-hour chart needs to turn red on the BX trender. And you can see that has not happened yet. That would be the first indication and the smallest indication of a resistance. The second thing would be the daily BX trender, which is still green and has been green for over a month. If the 4-hour flips and then the daily flips, that would be a confirmation of a rejection. And then from there, the creme de la creme, or the best case scenario, would be a rejection on the weekly BX. So we basically want to use this buying pressure indicator across multiple time frames to see what is happening. And right now, there is no rejection. There is no selling pressure, at least not yet. And that's why I've been continuing to trade the market long. Today we had a great day, $22,000 in profits. But as we move up into this resistance level, I have been scaling out of positions a little bit too early for some, but reducing my risk because the risk versus reward is not really that good right now. I hope this video helped. If you want to learn the entire strategy and get access to all the indicators we talked about here, go ahead and check out our free masterclass series in the description. I'll see you guys tomorrow.